Hello, my name is Frank Christensen and I'm the coordinator of officials for IFAF Europe. In today's training tape, we're looking at the specific personal foul that deals with continuing to play after your helmet comes off. So we'll look at some plays where the helmet comes off, obviously, and we'll talk about was that a foul, wasn't it a foul, and how much does it take really to continue beyond the immediate action right after the helmet comes off. But before we get to the game film, let's have a look to see what the rulebook has to say on this topic.
In the rulebook, we go to Rule 9.117, continued participation without helmet, that says, a player whose helmet comes completely off during a down may not continue to participate beyond the immediate action in which he is engaged, whether or not he puts the helmet back on during the down. And that's really all we have from the rulebook and the MOFO, so let's dive straight into the game film. In this first example, the play is going to go to the right from this vantage point here, and we're looking at B10, so the cornerback or the safety linebacker, whatever it is, number 10, going out to make the tackle, which he does here, and then his helmet comes off. But really, that is not what we're looking for in continuing action. He may, make the tackle here, and his helmet falls off, and then he continues to make the tackle. But this is one example of what we mean with continuing action. He's just finishing the tackle, the block, whatever it is that he's doing there. So this is perfectly legal in terms of what B10 is doing here. And it doesn't appear to be any foul that makes his helmet come off. So that's also perfectly fine. Only thing is, he now has to stay out for the next play, unless Team B wants to take a timeout. They can get him back in with a timeout. The mnemonic device that I use is that a timeout can buy a new helmet, but if he's injured, a timeout cannot buy a new body. So in terms of or in case of a injury timeout, they have to stay out for a play. But in this case, where it's the helmet that comes off, well, a timeout can buy him a new helmet. On this play, the quarterback is going to keep the ball, so it's his helmet, and even though we cannot really see where it comes off, it still serves a purpose, because there we can see the helmet is on the ground, and we can see the pile up is a couple of yards further back. Now this is still, the helmet still comes off in the same action as whatever happens in the pile there. So again, this is not participating without a helmet, and we don't have a foul here. Now, if the helmet comes off because of illegal use of hands or personal foul face mask, then obviously the quarterback can stay in the game. If that is not the case, and we can't really see that, I mean, the referee has a much better angle on that than we do from here. But if that's the case, then the quarterback can stay in the game. If it's not the case, then obviously the quarterback has to leave for one play. In this play, we're looking at the guard away from the camera, and pass protection, and there comes the helmet off, and then he continues to finish his block. Now we're getting closer, but this is still not participating without a helmet. It's still, as long as he just finishes up the block that he was already doing, this is still not a foul by this guard. Now, whether or not it's a foul by the defensive end, and we can let A77 stay in the game, we'll have a look at that from the end zone shot. From the end zone, it's the right guard, A77, and it certainly would appear that this could qualify as an illegal use of hands by the defender right there pushing the helmet up. And of course, this means that provided this is called, obviously, as a personal foul, illegal use of hands, then A77 may stay in the game because his helmet came off through a foul. On this play, again, the runner is the one who's going to lose his helmet. And just because it's a runner doesn't mean necessarily that he was tackled by the face mask. So even though we see this and we see the helmet come off, that's not automatically a foul by the defense. So we still have to have, and in this case it would probably be the referee or more likely the center judge, since I think the wings will be screened off. They will still need to see evidence of a face mask foul before this turns into something illegal. The fact that the helmet just comes off in itself is not enough evidence. So in this case, with no foul and no foul called, the runner A11 simply will need to sit the next play out, again, unless Team A wants to call a timeout. In these last two plays, we're going to see what we mean by continuing without a helmet. And first we need to identify the player, which is a little tough. So right there in the middle of the field on the 40-yard line, the white jersey is tackling basically the wrong player. So there they go down. And then he gets up and he starts running. And right there on the 45, now he takes off his helmet and keeps running. And that is a foul. It's an interesting foul because it's a personal foul without any contact. The mere fact that he takes off his helmet there and keeps running, there's no contact or no block or tackle, that he's merely finishing off. Now he's running 10, 15, 20 yards, and whether or not he makes this tackle, it doesn't matter. It's a foul as soon as he takes his helmet off there and keeps running. So this is what we're looking for in terms of a personal foul continuing without a helmet. In this last example, we're looking at the defensive tackle away from the camera. So the guy that goes down right there, and he can get back up. That's fine. His helmet comes off. Doesn't look like it's through a foul, as he's lying on the ground there, and he can get back up. That's okay. But the second he starts to run, now he's participating in the play again without his helmet, and that is a foul. That's a very good job by these two officials to call this very quickly, because again, we're not looking for him to actually make the tackle or make any contact with anybody. Just the mere fact that he starts running is the same as participating. So well done by these officials, and a good example of what the foul entails. That was the training tape. I hope it made sense, and I hope you found something you can use on the field.